Hi guys, it's ASBYT and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, this isn't going to be for everyone because not everyone is going to be in the market for a MacBook Pro or a MacBook in general. However, if you are, and you are one of these people that's looking to shell out all of this money and it is very, very expensive, don't get me started on the price. This isn't going to be a full review of the MacBook Pro, it's going to be a few of my first impressions, etc. But also, more importantly, it's me telling you to not buy this product unless you actually get two things to run alongside it. Otherwise, the way they've designed it is arrogant and poor. I purchased one specifically for the editing side of it. Because I upload obviously daily videos to YouTube, I need a decent spec computer that obviously has good editing software, etc. as well. I was also looking at some of the Razer products. And I wanted a decent spec laptop that was good enough to use sort of in a desk environment, but also portable that I could take elsewhere. That's why I didn't go with sort of a desktop computer. But the reason why I went with a MacBook is, of course, Final Cut Pro X. The rendering speeds, etc. are absolutely brilliant. And I am, of course, used to that ecosystem in terms of editing, etc. as well. So that's the reasons why I got it, but you may have different reasons for wanting it. First of all, they've changed the keyboard in 2016, so you got a lot less movement when you click on the keys. It took a bit of getting used to the new keyboard, don't get me wrong, but now I have got used to it. I can actually deal with it and I don't really have any problems with it, but I do understand it's a controversial move and there are a lot of people that don't like the new keyboard. The next controversial one is, of course, the touch bar at the top. It is a touchscreen bar that runs across the top. You lose the volume and brightness keys, for example, and it all kind of integrates into this touch bar at the top. In some apps, for example, and when I'm editing, there are some functions to... In fact, no, there's not really many functions that I use it for. As the apps sort of catch up to this sort of update of the MacBook, there will be more apps that you can use the different functions with. Possibly the sweeping through the timeline when I'm editing that I use on here. That's pretty much it. And again, another controversial topic which I don't think really necessarily improves it or is that bad either. Now, onto the display. A lot of people are talking about how bright and amazing it is. I'm at max brightness and I don't feel that that is as bright as I would like it personally. I would like to see it a little bit brighter, but that might just be me being picky. It's not a bad display. You know, it's very vibrant, it's very crisp, it's got a great resolution, but I personally would like to see it go a little bit brighter. Now we're onto the trackpad, and the trackpad is ginormous. You know, it's kind of hard to understand unless you have one in front of you. Based on normal laptops, it's like double the size of the old ones. Makes no sense. I've not noticed I've caught it with my palms, for example, when typing, but other people have. Doesn't need to be that big. The only thing I did realise is how far the actual spacebar is away from the edge of the laptop. You know, if you've got small hands, you're going to struggle to get used to that at first. Again, it's something you probably will get used to, but it doesn't need to be that big in my opinion. I don't use that function at all. In fact, it makes it, you have to redesign how you use the key, like in terms of your right clicks and things like that. They're non-existent now. You obviously use your two fingers pressed down to use your right click, because reaching down to the right hand side to find that right click all the time is casual. It just becomes really, really difficult. So they are just some first observations of the new MacBook Pro in 2018. I use it and I've got on great with it in terms of video editing and normal everyday use. However, this has only become possible due to two things which I've added to it. And I will leave these both listed below because you might want to, you know, take a look at them in more detail. Number one, a MacSafe Charger. Now, when they moved to Type-C, a lot of people were like, well, what happens about the magnetic, you know, when you knock the cable, it's going to yank the USB port, and it would do. Again, it's a bit of a strange move from Apple. It was one of the positive things that they had, and they've got rid of it. But this product here is simply a clip-on to your natural charger. So you literally just put it onto there, and you've got another bit in here, which would plug into the MacBook. And once that's plugged into the MacBook, that side, the other side basically connects via magnet. When that's connected to your MacBook, if you were to pull the cable, it would just snap off and that would stay in the MacBook Pro. And then that way, you don't have any problems with pulling of the ports, for example. It's a really, really useful device and something that has saved me on a few occasions so far already. The next one, and the most important one, is this. Because if you don't know about MacBooks, the new MacBooks, they have 4 USB Type-C ports. And that's it. They don't have an HDMI port, they don't have a USB port, they don't have an SD card slot or a micro SD card slot. They don't have anything other than 4 Type-C ports. And I know you've probably watched loads of... You've probably watched loads of reviews already stating that it was a terrible error, it was an arrogant error, you know, all these things about Apple in their decision to only include 4 USB Type-C ports. But where this comes in is the brilliance of it. So as you can see here, we have an add-on which you can plug in to the 2 USB Type-C ports on either the left or the right-hand side, and it basically opens up the side of your MacBook to provide these functions. You've got another 2 Type-C ports here, so you don't lose any Type-C ports from plugging these in. You've still got 2 on the whatever side you use. You've also got 2 USB 3 ports, you've got an SD card slot, you've got a micro SD card slot, and we have an HDMI port on the side as well there. So that means that straight away, all of the problems that you have in terms of connectivity, you have fixed using this. It's a very small and sleek device. You can get it in 2 different colors. I've obviously got it in the space gray, which matches the actual Mac that I've got. It also comes in silver if you've got the silver variety. So in terms of actually adding it on, yes, it sticks out a little bit, and should you have to get one of these on a laptop that costs $2+ grand? No, you shouldn't. It should just have the ports that are necessary. But straight away, you plug that in and you've solved all of those problems very, very easily. And just to give you a little example, here we go, plug it in. It clips in quite reassuringly, and it is just on the side here. And then you would plug into it whatever you need to do. Now, yes, you may have problems if you accidentally were to bend it, for example. You've got to be quite careful with it still, like you would with anything that you attach to a laptop. So is it ideal? No, the ideal thing would be to have them already on the side of the computer. But nevertheless, it is an option that gives you the chance to get all of the things back that you seem to be missing from the old MacBooks. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about these 2 products, what you think about the Mac in general. If you want to see more of these sorts of videos, then let me know again in the video description below. It doesn't have to be about Apple products. It doesn't, you know, it can be numerous different products regarding this sort of area. Like and share if you did enjoy this video and found it helpful. Subscribe and hit that little notification bell if you are new to the channel and want to be notified every time I post a video. And I'll see you in the next one. ASBYT, peace out.